Right now, Vice President and newly declared presidential candidate Kamala Harris will be in Milwaukee today, where she stands in fundraising and polling.
Plus, walkers are scared to use the Lakeshore path next to Mendota at night. We'll talk about the plan to make it safer.
Good Tuesday morning and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Kyrie Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for tuning in here on a Tuesday. We have some rain to talk about this morning, some heavy spots too, perhaps some thunderstorms as well.
Yes, I mean, it's an interesting start to our Tuesday already, but hopefully it doesn't last long. Let's check in now with Savannah Brito with the latest. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I don't think it'll last long. These storms pretty much breaking up by the time they travel southeastward. So Madison just seeing some light rain for the most part, except northwestern Dane County. A little bit of those yellows popping up on radar, but really northwest of Prairie du Sac. That's where all the heaviest of the rain and even some isolated lightning is pretty much staying just to our northwest right now. 68, so temperatures are actually still falling out there. We did hold on to 70 through most of the morning. Now seeing those temperatures fall pretty much all across Dane County and southern Wisconsin in the mid to upper 60s. We don't really have any 70s out there anymore. 64 in Janesville, 66 in the Dells. We will see temperatures warm into the lower 80s today or right near that 80-degree mark. So similar to yesterday, more cloud cover and also an afternoon chance of scattered showers and storms. That'll return mid to late afternoon into the evening. Wednesday through the weekend will be dry, but then daily storm chances are going to return with the heat and humidity that also are going to further increase as we head into Sunday. That will take us into early to midweek next week. We'll time all that out and talk about the storms that we could see later coming up.
Savannah, thank you so much.
Back to our campaign 2024 coverage now. Today, the new Democratic presidential frontrunner will campaign in Milwaukee.
That's right. Vice President Kamala Harris will rally supporters just 2 days after President Joe Biden dropped out of the race for re-election. Today's visit to Milwaukee will be the vice president's 5th this year. She's made multiple stops in the Milwaukee area, as well as visits to Madison and La Crosse.
Many, of course, know the vice president from when she made history 4 years ago, becoming the first woman as well as the first black and Asian American to ascend to the vice presidency. The 59-year-old from California began her career as a prosecutor, winning statewide office in 2010 to become California's attorney general, then winning a coveted Senate seat in 2016. 3 years into her first term in the U.S. Senate, she made a bid for the Democratic presidential nomination, and after she dropped out, was tapped by now President Biden to be his running mate.
But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
According to an AP survey, Harris has the support now of enough party delegates to earn the nomination. They still have to vote for her, though. Formally, that vote will take place either at the party's convention in Chicago next month or on a virtual roll call before then.
Until then, Vice President Harris already has a major boost in her bid for the presidency. Within 24 hours of her announcement that she would seek the nomination, Harris's campaign raised $81 million. That is the highest single-day haul made by any candidate in presidential history. However, as of the end of June, former President Donald Trump's campaign had about $33 million more on hand than then-candidate Joe Biden. That's according to the Federal Elections Commission.
The 2024 presidential election is set to be a race to the finish. In a new Quinnipiac poll released just yesterday, former President Trump leads current Vice President Harris by 2 percentage points. That is within the margin of error. Breaking it down by age here, the vice president's support is strongest among those above 50 years of age. That is a contrast to exit polling by Edison Research from the election 4 years ago. On that occasion, voters 50 and over then backed former President Donald Trump, while younger voters supported President Biden. When the options for respondents are expanded to include independent and third-party candidates, Trump's lead widens to a more decisive 4 percentage points. RFK Jr. received 6% in that polling. 3 other candidates received a combined 4%.
We'll have live coverage of Vice President Harris's visit to Milwaukee today on our telecast, as well as on channel3000.com and the Channel 3000 mobile app. Switching gears here, Badger fans will be able to enjoy alcohol at football games this season. UW Athletics announced beer, wine, and hard seltzers will be available at Camp Randall Stadium. Alcohol has previously been sold at LeBron Arena and the Kohl Center, but now Wisconsin will join the other Big Ten schools in opening up these sales at football games. Administrators at UW Athletics say the allowance for alcohol at the other venues has served as a pilot to ensure it goes smoothly at Camp Randall.
The ability to, use the Kohl Center as kind of the testing ground was something that was really valuable for us. There was a few lessons that we learned there, although we didn't really have very many problems.
Sales will also be opened up at the Fieldhouse for volleyball and wrestling. Like at the Kohl Center, fans will each be allowed to buy up to 2 drinks at a time. Wisconsin's first home football game is on Friday, August 30th against Western Michigan. We'll have more details on this, including reaction from fans, coming up in our next half hour.
6:05 now. 3 wholesale auto dealer licenses in Columbia County are being revoked after violating multiple state laws. This comes after an investigation by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. The sellers found liable are A1 Alpha Motors, Signature Auto Group, and VIP Autos. They were found to have rolled back odometers, falsified title documents, and sold directly to customers as opposed to brands dealerships. Wisconsin Department of Transportation releasing a statement on this, saying, due to the nature of the violations, the department took immediate action, revoking each license effective May 22nd. The dealers had the option to appeal the revocations. None of them did. Madison is known for its beautiful lakes, right? And also the paths along those lakes. Now one of them is getting some safety touch-ups.
UW-Madison is considering adding lights to the Lakeshore path along Lake Mendota, and our Merrill Hubbard spoke to students and staff who use it.
I'm on the beautiful Lakeshore path that stretches along Lake Mendota. If you attended UW-Madison, you would know that this path is super active during the day, but at night it's a different story. Many are told not to walk the path at night because of safety concerns. But UW-PD says that from what's been reported, the reality is much safer than the rumors.
I've been warned by a lot of upperclassmen not to come over here at nighttime. I mean, to be honest, the first time that I came down here, I was like, oh, this is super nice. It'd be a nice place to walk at night. And then someone specifically told me, absolutely not, don't do that.
For Nadia Gatau, a UW-Madison student that used to live in the Lakeshore dormitory, this path was a no-go at night.
People don't come down here because it's so dark at night and you can't really see anything.
I mean, I personally only use the path during the day, so usually when it's lit.
Though the path is viewed by many as dangerous in the dark, UW-PD has only reported 10 incidents in the last 4 years, most of those being graffiti or possession of marijuana. But UW advisor Serena Sternad says a little light never hurts.
I don't think that adding more lights to campus is ever a bad thing for the safety of all of our students and just everyone involved. But definitely for a lot of our female students on campus, just because we know that assault is a huge issue on every college campus, and it definitely is an issue at UW too.
UW-Madison has started to consider a solution to make the Lakeshore path more accessible and safe. It's thinking about adding lights along the path and paving some of the walkways.
I can't go on my walks except later in the day and it's already dark, so I feel like lighting it would make it available at many more other times.
The university has an online survey to see if people would like to see more safety measures on the path. The Lighting Lakeshore survey is still open to the public, so if you have any suggestions or thoughts, you can access it on channel3000.com. Reporting on Lake Mendota, I'm Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
All right, let's turn things over to Savannah. What's coming up?
Guys, we still have a pretty active radar, especially to our northwest in the Prairie du Sac area, seeing some lightning and heavy showers. We'll talk about when this will last up until.
Also ahead in your morning sports, Packers training camp is underway without quarterback Jordan Love. We'll have reaction coming up.
And I'm previewing an event tonight for young athletes in the 608 where they get to hear from some UW Badgers.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, brought to you by Toyota.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, lease a new Corolla Cross for $299 a month, or lease a 2024 RAV4 for $329 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Need inspiration? Shop Pick and Save. For over 30,000 mouth-watering choices, plus savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Pick and Save is worth it every time. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower. So he went right to work on handling the project. That's him going online, researching bathtub and shower installers. And there he is, calling a few places to get an estimate. I think he's procrastinating.
Call 1-800-HANSONS for a new shower or bathtub you'll love. Installed in as little as 1 day.
It's okay. I called 1-800-HANSONS.
We custom fit your new bathtub or shower into your existing space for a fast, convenient, and hassle-free installation with any safety features your family needs. Safety bars, seats, and more with a no-leak guarantee.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna call 1-800-HANSONS.
That's great, hon.
Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Watch this. It's all 100% real. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. Nothing has been doctored or tampered with. The very real problem will disappear before your eyes and hers with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours and hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags. It works on sagging jowls, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. In just minutes, you can restore and beautify your face, even look years younger. And the look will last all day or all evening.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Prove It Plexiderm trial. You'll see why our customers describe Plexiderm with 3 words. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping. Operators are standing by.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Well, we're back at 6:11, seeing what's going on in the 608 today. We're talking about an event for high school athletes in Southwest Wisconsin.
Josh Breider is here with who they have a chance to hear and learn from today. Josh, good morning. What can you tell us?
Hey, good morning, guys. So happening tonight, Upland Hills Health in Dodgeville is looking forward to hosting a free student athlete event for local high schoolers. It is for those grades 8th through 11th. So here's how it works. It's called Thriving in the Place of Adversity, an event aiming to help young athletes take it to the next level. It's happening in the Dodgeville High School auditorium from 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. Professionals from Upland Hills Health, Orthopedics, and Therapy and Wellness Department will be available for questions. There will also be breakout sessions for athletes to interact with their favorite UW athlete. Those include Carrie Kodanko and Riley Mallman from UW football, Nolan Winter from Wisconsin men's basketball, Drew Sover from UW women's soccer, and Brooke Kuffel of the softball team. Joining them will be motivational speaker Yvette Healy, the UW Badgers head softball coach. Healy is a former collegiate All-American softball second baseman and is entering her 14th season at the helm with the highest winning percentage of any UW coach in the program's 28-year history. So again, this event is free. No registration is required, and athletes and teams can also wear their school apparel, and you'll be entered to win a drawing for prizes. You can go to the story for on channel3000.com to learn more. But I think there's no better people to hear from, right? That they've been there, they've done that, right. They've succeeded, and here they are still crushing it. So I think for these young athletes, what a way to really, you know, go into this next season.
And get like a new mentor as well.
Big time.
Yes,
yeah.
Mentors are important.
It's a big deal for some of these communities who don't normally see stuff like this, and to hear from those athletes. I mean, these are memorable times. I mean, to get inspiration from, you know, UW Badgers, that's good stuff.
I think that's what I love about Wisconsin so much, too, Wisconsin sports, is because they are so involved with youth athletes. It's amazing to see. I love that.
All right, cool. Thanks for telling us about it, Josh. Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with you folks at home. If you have an idea, reach out on social media for a chance to be featured.
Summer Restaurant Week is officially underway. Through Friday, you have the opportunity to try some of the best items from local businesses. This week, more than 40 locations are participating in the event. Starting at $30, participating restaurants offer a menu with 3 courses, and some restaurants will offer a lunch menu for just $20. To find a running list of all the restaurants taking part this week, just head to our website. That's channel3000.com.
All right, meteorologist Savannah Brito is tracking some storms out there. Where are they at right now?
Yeah, Chris, for the most part, they are just to the northwest of Madison and Dane County, although just north of Mount Horeb, still seeing some heavy rain, but the heaviest of the rain is just west of Prairie du Sac, north of Arena, south of North Freedom. You can see all of those reds. That's the heaviest of the rain. No lightning returns showing up on radar right now, but again, plenty of heavy rain moving over Honey Creek right now, and then also Sumter. So just be aware of that. Allow a little bit of extra time. We're going to also see a second round of showers and storms by the afternoon. Radar or future track not looking quite as impressive as it did yesterday, but I think after the morning round of showers and storms, which they're not going to last that long, and most of those are breaking up as they continue to travel southeast, we'll see a second round mid to late afternoon into the early evening as temperatures climb into the upper 70s, lower 80s across most of southern Wisconsin. We'll see things clear out, partly cloudy skies expected overnight. A couple of showers, though, mainly for areas like Platteville, Prairie du Chien, Lone Rock, Mineral Point, so southwest of Madison tomorrow morning and afternoon. And then we'll see things clear out. Might see a stray shower mainly west of Madison tomorrow, but I think most of southern Wisconsin stays dry. Definitely Thursday, Friday, and Saturday dry conditions until we see the heat return for Sunday. And then with the heat coming back into early to midweek next week, the daily storm chances return as well. 68 in Madison, 67 in Stoughton, 69 in Waunakee. Temperatures did hold on to the 70-degree mark in Madison. Now a little bit cooler than that. This is still above average for nighttime temperatures, but mid to upper 60s across all of southern Wisconsin. A few areas slightly cooler than that, around 60 degrees. But the wildfires out west, those continue to burn. The smoke gets caught in our jet stream. That's going to lead to hazy skies pretty much all day today. Moderate to heavy levels of smoke were all hanging out west of here over the Great Plains and in the Pacific Northwest yesterday. But you can see those yellows and reds, which are the moderate to heavy levels of smoke that actually travels into southern Wisconsin. So expect very hazy skies today and really the next couple of days. That also impacts our overall air quality. Right now, reports of moderate levels, which is unhealthy for some sensitive groups. I think that's going to drop, though, potentially to that orange color by later this afternoon as that smoke or the haze does continue to travel closer to our area and becomes a little bit more widespread. 82, that's your high today. Temperatures will be cooler, though, for Wednesday and Thursday midweek before warming up for the weekend. We're looking at potentially the upper 80s as early as Sunday.
The Packers opened training camp yesterday, and notably, Jordan Love did not suit up. Green Bay's GM Brian Gutekunst said this yesterday morning that Love decided he won't practice until the two sides agree on a new contract. But the good news is both sides want to get a deal done, and Goody says they're close to getting a deal done. The star quarterback is still in the building and is participating in everything other than practice itself. For now, we wait for a contract ESPN's Adam Schefter reports could make Love the league's highest paid quarterback.
He's our franchise quarterback, and we're ready to move forward. It's not like we're trying to make that decision. I mean, we're working really hard to get that done. At the same time, you know, the thing that I have confidence in is that we both want the same thing, right? We want Jordan here for a long time.
We're confident that he'll be out there sooner or later, and I know how he prepares, so I'm not overly concerned about that. He's going to do everything he can to get the mental reps. Obviously, you know, the physical reps are really what's important.
Now you can see how a situation like this could be a distraction for some teams or even create division in the locker room. But according to the players, that's not the case for the Packers. They are all in on Jordan Love. They want him to get paid and get back to playing.
You know, obviously there's a business side, you know, to this sport as well. And, you know, we're going to support him 100%, you know, just like he does for us. So, you know, I think he deserves every penny that he's going to get and more. So, you know, it's happy for him.
You know, he was still here. He was still in meetings. He was still out there at practice. So, you know, I think from an outsider's point of view, who doesn't know any inside conversations, I think he's doing all the right things, still being a leader for the guys, still in the meeting room. So, like I said, pay that man, and let's get the ball.
The Big Ten media poll came out yesterday for the preseason. Ohio State topped the list, unsurprisingly. Weird to see Oregon there at 2, newcomers to the Big Ten. And Wisconsin came in at 7. We will have full coverage today from Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis. Brewers playing this guy. Does he look familiar? Craig Counsell and the Cubs. At Wrigley, Chicago leading 3-0 in the 8th. And oh, sweet Willie Adames attacks a fastball that is long gone. But so is the Brewers' unbeaten streak. After the All-Star break, they lose 3-1. Well, LeBron James was named the flag bearer for the States in this year's Olympics, and he went into full Captain America mode in their final Olympic tune-up. Hits the 3 to make it a 4-point lead over Germany with 90 seconds to go. Way closer than this game should have been, but LeBron got the job done, scored the States' final 11 points to finish off a 92-88 win. That's your morning sports fix. Have a triumphant Tuesday.
You too, Andrew. Hey, a reminder, folks, concert on the Square. Tomorrow we're going to have live coverage, and we're all going to be there. Pretty much our whole team. Savannah, Kyrian, and I are all going to be there down on the Square. Concert begins at 7. You can lay your blankets out starting at 3 o'clock. Come down and say hi.
Yes, please do. But still ahead, a Packers tradition returns, and some famous brothers are mixing things up.
Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to have the latest out of Sauk County after the proposed sale of a nursing home, what community members are saying, and what's next.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
We've got the power.
At the Power Centers of Madison, you can get the job done with Gravely and Aaron's Power Equipment. Acre after acre, year after year, Gravely and Aaron's can help you get the job done right.
We've got the power.
Middleton and Sun Prairie.
You'll soon vote on 2 misleading constitutional amendments. They're designed to trick voters into eliminating checks and balances in our government. It's a power grab to give the MAGA politicians in the legislature the sole power to distribute emergency funding. They gerrymander, deny elections, and push abortion bans. Don't give MAGA politicians the sole power. Vote no to questions 1 and 2.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
What's up? You need some windows?
Hey folks, you call the experts?
Right now with Felco, get free installation and no interest for 5 years.
Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
The heat is on, but you can sleep cool tonight under a stylish ceiling fan from Madison Lighting. It's your last chance to save this summer on a quality ceiling fan and save energy every single day. You need a ceiling fan from Madison Lighting.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
We've got the power.
At the Power Centers of Madison, you can get the job done with Gravely and Aaron's Power Equipment. Acre after acre, year after year, Gravely and Aaron's can help you get the job done right.
We've got the power.
Middleton and Sun Prairie.
Hey, we're back, everybody, here at 623, talking about the Wisconsin State Fair going on, and we can't talk about the State Fair without talking about their cream puffs. Christy Chuckle from the State Fair is here this morning. Thank you so much. You don't have to do this for us. You do every year.
I do. I get up really early.
We really appreciate it. Tell us about this fair. What's going on this year?
It's August 1st through the 11th, so coming up here next week.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, of course, we have a great entertainment lineup, but we are also celebrating the 100th anniversary of the cream puffs. So that's an extra special year. Yeah, they started in 1924.
That's wild. I can't believe that. So we have a couple of ladies here who have never tried one of the most famous Wisconsin State Fair cream puffs. So let's dig in, ladies. I'll have you grab one.
I'm from Missouri. I don't think we have this type of thing going on.
So I will warn you, ladies.
Okay.
Because you're wearing very pretty dresses, I would twist it apart and eat it like this. That's up to you. Okay. But if you do the whole hamburger style, the cream's going everywhere.
Okay. I'm a messy eater without the cream puff, so
okay.
Okay.
Oh, they're just, I mean, tell it they seem simple when you look at them, but it's,
he got extra cream.
Don't do this at home, folks.
Yes, the cream puff was created to celebrate the dairy industry in Wisconsin 100 years ago. It's our signature food item, but we also have 100 other new foods this year at the fair.
100 new foods? I love that.
You
keep it fresh, you keep it interesting.
Yeah, but we also have your favorites, the cheese curds and the...
All right, ladies, what are our initial thoughts?
They're
Please
really
speak with
good.
a mouthful.
They're really good.
Good?
Breakfast of champs.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
have to have dessert for breakfast.
The cream is just
it's amazing.
It makes the cream puff. Sure, I can't.
I can see why it's been going on for 100 years.
Yes. So we have a big celebration of the cream puffs this year, actually sponsored by UW Credit Union. We're looking forward to that. That's on August 10th. We'll have flavored cream puffs on almost every day of the fair this year in celebration of the anniversary year as well. So you'll have to check that out online. Lots of entertainment. Of course, the agriculture shows that we have. Junior Dairy Show kicks off the fair, but we have horses and swine, and I just really encourage everyone to make sure they at least spend a little time in the barns, because that's really why the fair was created.
Exactly. It's to celebrate the agriculture industry here in the state, which so many of us rely on and so many of us are proud on. Christy, thank you so much for bringing in the cream puffs.
Welcome to Wisconsin, ladies.
Yes. I feel official.
Right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We've got the power.
At the Power Centers of Madison, you can get the job done with Skag Commercial Power Equipment. If your business is lawn care, you can trust Skag. Simply the best.
We've got the power.
Middleton and Sun Prairie.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Big trucks can be intimidating, and so can their insurance companies. After a serious truck crash, you need a team on your side who knows how to handle trucking cases and who gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. We know truck law, we know the rules and regulations, and we'll hold the insurance companies accountable. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
If your windows are leaky and drafty, it's possible they weren't installed properly. Many installers lack proper training, and shoddy installation leaves your home vulnerable to extreme weather. At Next Door & Window, we're reinventing window installation. Our approach ensures your windows are sealed tight and energy efficient. And your windows and doors will be installed by certified experts who treat your home as if it was their own. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Maya knows how quality care can bring out a smile. But it's been a few dog years since she was able to enjoy a smile of her own. Good thing Aspen Dental offers affordable, complete care all in one place. With flexible hours and weekend appointments. Plus 20% off treatment plans for everyone. Loving our patients unconditionally. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
Come and get your love. We've got the power.
At the Power Centers of Madison, you can get the job done with Skag Commercial Power Equipment. If your business is lawn care, you can trust Skag. Simply the best.
We've got the power.
Middleton and Sun Prairie.
This morning, Vice President Kamala Harris prepares to kick off her campaign in Wisconsin, where she stands in terms of support from delegates.
Plus, alcohol coming to Camp Randall. What safeguards UW will have in place to keep games under control.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. We are full of sweet treats right now.
Do I have any cream in my beard?
No cream in the beer. No cream in the beer.
Let's just double check. All right, I think
Yes.
we're good. I think we're good.
We have
Not
some
bad,
cream
huh?
puffs.
Oh, man, it does not get much better. Yes, they're messy.
There they are.
Delivering the rest of the cream puffs to the newsroom.
Yes. It was definitely worth the wait. I know Josh was saying, I'm not a Wisconsinite until I try the cream puffs. They're celebrating 100 years of the Wisconsin Fair.
Yeah, it's a big deal this year, so check out the Wisconsin State Fair. That starts on August 1st. So here we go. You're officially a Wisconsinite now. You've had your cream puff. They aren't typically that squishy and runny and messy. So if you get them fresh at the fair, they had to freeze that overnight. But you get them fresh at the fair, they're not messy. We just destroyed those. We destroyed that whole case.
Well, I can't wait to try them fresh then, because this is
even better. Even better. All right, let's get out to Savannah Burrito. She is on the patio. You all cleaned up from those cream puffs there?
Yeah, guys, it kind of got everywhere, dropped all over, but we're good. Now it's pouring outside, so I guess if I still had some on my hands, I could use the rainwater. But the radar is still pretty active, mainly northwest of Madison in northwestern Dane County. That's where the heaviest of the rain is falling, but we're still seeing that right out here at our station. Rain still falling. Light to moderate rain that will continue over the next about hour before moving out of here. Temperatures, though, right around the 70-degree mark. Most of us have fallen in the mid to upper 60s. It's still really humid out there, and we could potentially track a second round of showers and thunderstorms mid to late afternoon. I'll time all of those out and also have a sneak peek at the rest of the week when our next storm chances will return. That's all coming up a little later.
All right, talk to you then, Savannah. Thank you.
Today, Vice President Kamala Harris will visit our state.
It's her 5th visit this year, her first, though, since becoming the presumptive presidential nominee. She'll be in the Milwaukee area this morning. It comes following President Biden announcing that he would step aside and endorsing Harris to become the Democratic nominee. If you take a step back, this is really a historic moment for the U.S. The president has never dropped out of the race this far into the campaign. That news coming a week after the attempted assassination, too, of Republican nominee, former President Donald Trump. So if Harris becomes the party's nominee, she would be the first black woman and person of South Asian descent to do so. If elected, Harris would be the first woman, person of South Asian descent, and second black person to take office.
The Harris campaign has given us limited details about her visit today. However, we do have a statement from them that gives some insight into how the vice president and presumptive nominee plans to pitch herself to voters. It says in part, quote, Vice President Harris is prepared to prosecute the case against Donald Trump, and there's no better place to drive this contrast than in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In Milwaukee, Trump paraded out J.D. Vance, a rubber stamp for his extreme agenda, the architect of Trump's family separation policies, authors of Trump's Project 2025, and governors who have signed dangerous and extreme abortion bans.
J.D. Vance, meantime, is also taking aim at the vice president. The Trump campaign pivoting quickly to make sure that she's the target of their criticism. Here's what Vance had to say about Harris at his first solo rally yesterday.
When I see her give a speech, and she talks about the history of this country, not with appreciation, but with condemnation. If you want to lead this country, you should feel grateful for it. You should feel a sense of gratitude. And I never hear that gratitude come through when I listen to Kamala Harris.
Right now, Republicans are calling for Biden to step down as president, saying that if he's not up to the job of being a candidate, that he shouldn't be running the country.
And we're also learning from multiple sources that Harris has enough Democratic delegates to win the Democratic nomination next month. As of last night, CNN's delegate estimate shows Harris has the support of more than 1,900 pledged delegates to become the nominee. Candidates need 1,976. An Associated Press survey found the same thing, saying Harris has support from 2,668 delegates, Only 54 remain undecided.
In Wisconsin, we have 95 total delegates. As of right now, 89 of those 95 have voiced their support for the vice president. Voters in Wisconsin's primary don't actually vote for a candidate, rather for the delegates, on the assumption that they'll back the candidate that the voters choose. With Biden now out of the race, those delegates are no longer bound. They don't have to vote for Harris, but are doing so voluntarily.
I have not heard anyone share with me that they would oppose Vice President Harris as the nominee of our party, and I have every confidence that as we move to November, we will be fully united as a party. I have shared with several delegates in our conversations. It is their decision.
Wisconsin Democratic Chair there, Ben Wickler, saying that the 6 remaining delegates aren't necessarily anti-Harris, but the state party isn't totally sure about their leanings. As for when we could see the VP receive that historic nomination, Democratic Party officials say they want to choose their nominee by August 7th.
It's not just delegates, though. A growing number of lawmakers and prominent Democrats are throwing their support behind her. Here's a list of who within the past 24 hours has endorsed Harris. Significantly, she's received endorsements from the governor of Illinois, Michigan, California, and Kentucky. All of them were seen as potential opponents for Harris until now. We should also note that West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin says he will not be running for president. This comes after reports came out he was considering declaring himself a candidate yesterday. Still yet, he hasn't endorsed the vice president and is instead calling for a mini primary. Our team will be live in Milwaukee later covering Harris's visit. You can watch that coverage right here on News 3 Now or receive updates directly to your phone with the Channel 3000 mobile app. We'll have more about Harris's candidacy later.
6:35 now. Let's look ahead to football season. This year, Camp Randall is going to start selling alcohol at Badger games.
All right. Well, our Armand Rahman has a fan reaction and information about how UW plans to keep the games under control.
For the first time in more than 100 years, when Badger fans jump around this season at Camp Randall, they'll be able to do so with a beverage or two in their hands.
It'll be beer and wine and then packaged beverages, so hard seltzers, things like that.
But people like Todd Barnett were surprised.
I assumed that they had sold for a long time.
Camp Randall isn't the first venue on UW campus. Alcohol is already being sold at the Kohl Center and LeBron Arena.
The ability to, use the Kohl Center as kind of the testing ground was something that was really valuable for us. There was a few lessons that we learned there, although we didn't really have very many problems.
However, for football, UW will be the 16th school in the Big Ten to do so.
I'm from Illinois, as you can see. And they've sold alcohol there at their games for a few years at least, and I haven't heard of any uproars.
Just like the Kohl Center and LeBron, fans at Camp Randall will be limited to buying 2 drinks at a time per person. UW athletics officials say staff will be trained to look for those who've had too much to drink, and hopefully with students that behavior will go down.
We've done our research, and I think what we found is that selling alcohol in venues can be a detractant from binge drinking and things like that.
But some Badgers say price will be the judge of that.
People are already going to show up pretty intoxicated, and I know that people already do sneak in alcohol into the game, so I don't think this is really going to curb anything, because that might actually make people not buy anything because they know it's going to be expensive.
Alcohol will also now be sold at the field house for wrestling matches and volleyball games. Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
UWPD will have increased police presence at games to monitor alcohol sales and behavior, just like the Kohl Center and LeBron. Anyone who looks under 40 will have to show an ID.
Yeah, those beverages get pretty pricey at games like that. I wonder what they're going to sell for, what kind of selection they're going to have. And Fabulous Farm Maid Pam Yankee made the note earlier. She's like, she misses the days where they used to bring that stuff to you instead of having to, because seating is so tight at Camp Randall, having to get up and then walk and disrupting everybody who's in front of you in the seating. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes.
People take, advantage of tailgating though too. So.
Oh, do we ever? Do we ever?
Yes.
All right, let's check in with Savannah Burrito. She is tracking some storms out there. What's going on?
Yeah, guys, south of Prairie du Sac, that's where all the activity is, or at least the heavier showers around Arena, south and north Freedom. We'll talk about how long showers and storms will last.
And I'm previewing an event tonight for young athletes in the 608 where they get to hear from some UW Badgers.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Let's do this.
Introducing Chevy's best lineup of SUVs ever. The rugged, always-ready Trailblazer, the first ever Traverse Z71, and the Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. When it's your time to shine, Chevy's got you.
Get 1.9% financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Start your evening with News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward, uncovering the stories and getting to the heart of events and issues that matter here. And when bad weather is on the way, we warn you first. News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward, weeknights. The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now. With nearly 400 cases closed and over $700,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:41 on your Tuesday morning. We're back and just hours away from the vice president's visit to Milwaukee. Getting in the race so late means there's a lot to learn about who Harris is. And as our Maddie Himes shows us, the now presidential candidate spent a portion of her life right here in the capital city in a house overlooking Lake Mendota.
Sat down and talked for quite a long time about her memories of Madison.
John Nichols, associate editor for the Cap Times, knows Harris's Madisonian history well. Both of Harris's parents were politically involved in their communities.
It was surprising that they put the child in the stroller and went to the demonstration. We see that in Madison all the time.
He says that while she only spent a fraction of her young years in the city, the political hotspot had an impact on her.
Remember, they're coming to Madison in the late 1960s, right? At a time when Madison was really a center of anti-war civil rights, social justice campaigning.
Harris says her parents' passion for social justice shaped her politics as she grew older. And experts say the heritage they passed down will shape her upcoming campaign.
No, she is South Indian, she's African American, she's Jamaican. She comes with all these different identities, and she also comes with several different social networks, right?
Andreen Wright, UW Assistant Professor of African American Politics, says Harris's identity as a Black woman is just the start of ways she differs from both Trump and Biden, both of whom have proven unpopular with voters.
Folks had used Kamala as this younger person who held most of the identities as a criterion for having her as VP for Biden. And so if that was well enough for her as vice president for Biden, then why wouldn't that be just as strong for her as president of the United States, right?
That was Maddie Heimsch reporting. Nichols says if we do see a Harris presidency, we'll likely see a historical marker or two pop up near her childhood home.
Well, an update now on the potential sale of the Sauk County Health Care Center. The center has been open in Reedsburg for more than 100 years, providing people there with short and long-term care. County officials, though, say it's costing taxpayers in the county too much now. The board signaled that they found a buyer at last night's meeting. Residents voicing their concerns, though, over what that could do to the quality of care for their loved ones.
Some studies say nursing homes owned by for-profit companies, especially by investors in private equity and real estate, have lower staffing levels and quality ratings and more regulatory violations.
It doesn't say how much it's going to be sold for, or even what the county's asking. There's no reference from the Finance Committee, and certainly there will be financial ramifications if this facility is sold.
And we have some new information this morning. The board voted to let attorneys continue negotiations with the parties involved last night. As of today, the facility has not been sold.
Right now, you're taking a live look at the Dane County Regional Airport's website. There are a few flights that have been pushed back this morning, one canceled. While most carriers recovered from the IT outage, Delta is still struggling to get back to normal. A statement from the company's CEO signaling flyers will still face problems in the coming days. The airline pausing all unaccompanied minor travel until tomorrow. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says Delta should provide refunds, free rebookings, and reimbursements for customers.
Take a look at this video here. The National Interagency Fire Center says about 70 wildfires are burning across the country right now. Multiple states are under air quality alerts because of it. 9 states are reporting large active wildfires. That includes 20 in Oregon and 12 in California. We do know at least one of those California wildfires is a result of someone setting off fireworks. The Haywarden fire in Riverside has destroyed 6 homes. Savannah has been keeping an eye on the conditions, the potential of us seeing smoke here in our area. First, though, we got to talk about those storms out there. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, guys. Yeah, there are still storms pretty much northwest of Madison right now. Still some light to moderate rain, but the heaviest of the rain is just around Prairie du Sac, south of that area, and around Arena. So that's where the heavy rain, no lightning showing up on radar right now, but brief downpours and gusty winds associated with that. After the morning round, I do still think we could see a second round of showers and storms, mainly mid to late afternoon into the early evening, that also produce more brief of downpours compared to what we're seeing this morning, and some gusty wind, maybe isolated hail. Most of southern Wisconsin will stay dry into tomorrow, but southwest of Madison, that's where the better chances of some showers are going to remain. Isolated at best, mainly west of Madison, also even into the afternoon Wednesday, but then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, everyone's going to remain dry. Sunday, we get back to a hot pattern and also active with the heat returning to southern Wisconsin. Some for Saturday as far as temperatures rising go, but really focusing on Sunday. We're at 68 in Madison, 67 Stoughton, 67 in Cross Plains. We did briefly hold on to 70 the last couple of hours, but temperatures all across southern Wisconsin, mid to upper 60s right now. That does include us in Madison. But speaking of those wildfires, we saw this a little bit, or at least a little haze to our sky yesterday. That's going to increase as moderate to heavy levels of smoke that's going to move in for southern Wisconsin. That's because the wildfires out west, smoke gets caught in the jet stream. That's also going to lead to an impact in our overall air quality. It already is early this morning, but you can see the heaviest of that smoke, the yellow, oranges, and reds, that's all sitting just to our northwest. That makes its way here as early as the afternoon, and like I mentioned, I think that's overall going to play an impact or have an impact on our overall air quality. Already down to moderate levels, but I do think we could even fall to that orange category, which is unhealthy for some. that would be the case into tomorrow, later today into tomorrow. I think we'll keep that haze to our skies, though, at least the next couple of days. That can be expected for all of southern Wisconsin. We'll be up to 82 today, 77 Wednesday, heating back up, though, for the weekend.
It sounds like anybody with respiratory issues, perhaps the elderly, should really take note. Some of the air quality is going to be affected here.
Yeah, and just stay indoors if you can. Just avoid or at least limit outdoor exposure because of the haze.
All right. Savannah, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
In the 608 today, we are talking about an event for high school athletes in southwest Wisconsin.
Josh Sprider is here with who they have a chance to hear and learn from today. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So happening tonight, Upland Hills Health in Dodgeville is looking forward to hosting a free student-athlete event for local high schoolers. This is for those in grades 8th through 11th. It is called Thriving in the Place of Adversity, an event aiming to help young athletes take it to the next level. It is happening in the Dodgeville High School auditorium from 6 to 8 tonight. Professionals from Upland Hills Health, Orthopedics, and Therapy and Wellness Department will be available for questions. There will also be breakout sessions for athletes to interact with their favorite UW athlete. Those include Carrie Kodenko and Riley Mullman from UW football, Nolan Winter from Wisconsin men's basketball, Drew Stover from UW women's soccer, and Brooke Kuffel of the softball team. Joining them will be motivational speaker Yvette Healy, the UW Badgers head softball coach. Healy is a former collegiate All-American softball second baseman. She's entering her 14th season at the helm with the highest winning percentage of any UW coach in the program's 28-year history. Again, this event is free. No registration is required. And if you wear your school apparel, you'll also be entered into a drawing for prizes. Again, this is happening tonight. Details up on channel3000.com. What a perfect opportunity for these young athletes to get inspired by some of our favorites that we see all the time right here in Madison.
And that there are opportunities beyond high school, you know, middle school, high school, and all of that.
Absolutely. And what an opportunity for smaller towns in our viewing area outside of Madison to get some UW athletes to come and speak to them. That's a big moment for small towns. You know,
big time.
You get those athletes from the big city coming in to talk to them, so that's wonderful that UW is having that outreach to connect to those communities.
Especially for southwest Wisconsin, too, and then to hear from a coach as well. I mean, talk about succeeding in life, right?
And say whose record is phenomenal.
Big time.
Clearly.
Yeah, for sure.
Really a chance to inspire and impact some young athletes. Josh,
and it's free.
Thanks for telling us all about it.
You got it.
Hey, Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with you folks at home. Reach out on social media or email them if you have an idea you'd like to see on TV.
Coming up in the morning sprint, the latest details in a helicopter crash in Lafayette County.
And taking a look at who's 3 today. We want to wish a happy birthday to Chet. Happy birthday, buddy. Have a great one. We're back right after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new Tacoma for $319 a month or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello permanent fat removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me. I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Celebrating 25 years, July 25th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Madison.
6:54, time for the morning sprint.
Vice President Kamala Harris will make her first stop as a candidate for president today in Milwaukee. It's her 5th time visiting the state this year. Right now, Harris has enough delegates to secure her party's nomination. Democratic officials say they want to have that decision made by August 7th.
A tragedy on the first day of EA Air Venture in Oshkosh. 2 people are dead after a plane crashed a couple of miles from the event ground. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office says the plane crashed in a field. The air control tower at the Whitman Regional Airport reported the crash, which is where EAA takes place.
And warning, some viewers may find this video disturbing. New body cam footage shows Illinois deputy Sean Grayson shooting a woman in the face, killing her. On July 6th, Sonia Massey called 911 about a possible intruder. Grayson shot her during a tense moment over a pot of water. An investigation found he was not justified in using deadly force. He's charged with first-degree murder.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Washington this week. Tomorrow, he'll address Congress as his popularity's plummeted at home. Then Thursday, President Biden is expected to meet with the Prime Minister. The visit comes as the number of people killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza nears 40,000.
Members of Congress calling for Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle to step down. At a hearing yesterday, Democrats and Republicans said she failed to stop the attempted killing of Donald Trump. Cheadle admitted agents were told multiple times someone was on the roof before the shooter opened fire. The House will vote on creating a task force to investigate the shooting this week.
A helicopter pilot okay after a crash north of Cuba City. It happened in a field Monday morning around 11 o'clock. The Lafayette County Sheriff's Office says the helicopter hit a power line along South Galena Road in the Benton Township. The pilot was the only person inside.
We do have some heavy rain and some lightning showing up again on radar, mainly northwest of Madison in northwestern Dane County, around the Cross Plains area between Prairie du Sac and then also east of Arena. So just allow a little bit of extra time this morning. Not going to see that last for that much longer. And these storms have a history of breaking up the further southeast that they do travel. So there's some good news. We will see another line, though, potentially of isolated showers and storms later this afternoon. Most stay dry tomorrow. The better chance Wednesday is southwest of Madison, and then temperatures climb for the weekend.
All right, so make sure you're prepared as you head out the door this morning, but things are going to heat up for us soon.
Exactly.
We're back in 30 minutes with another news and weather update.